Good evening and welcome to the 2017 Dover Adult Learning Center of Stratford County graduation. Tonight we are here to honor the 140 individuals who completed high school with Dover Adult Learning Center this year. I think we've got about 45 of them in the room tonight, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with them the joy of this moment and applauding their accomplishments. Graduates, you did it. You've made it to one of life's most significant milestones. Now the path, it may have been long and winding, and I imagine there were a few stumbles and probably some pretty steep climbs. Maybe you didn't follow the route you thought you would, and certainly your journey was not the same as anyone else's. And there may have been moments when you felt lost or frightened, and maybe you thought you'd never get here. Yet, here you are. After all of the struggles and the triumphs, the starts and the stops, you reached your goal. You worked hard, and this moment is yours. I encourage you to savor it and feel the pride and the satisfaction in your accomplishment. Tonight, you're joined by friends and family who supported you and encouraged you, and by the teachers and staff of Dover Adult Learning Center who welcomed you into their classrooms and into their hearts. We've all witnessed your hard work, and we've seen you through these challenges, and tonight we celebrate your achievement. Also celebrating tonight are the Dover Adult Learning Center Board of Directors, many teachers, counselors, principals, program coordinators, superintendents from Dover and the surrounding area high schools, and elected officials from Dover, Stratford County, and the state of New Hampshire. Year after year, these people make sure that every student in Stratford County has the opportunity to learn and to reach their educational potential and to prepare for college and a career. Each person in this room tonight has played a critical role in getting you to this moment. So welcome and thank you to all of you. Dover Superintendent Dr. Elaine Arbor is here to offer her congratulations to the graduates. And I believe this is Dr. Arbor's last ceremonial engagement of her time here in Dover. She's leaving us after 3 years of serving this community. She's leaving for Rivendell Interstate School District, and they are fortunate to have her. When I first met Dr. Arbor, she told me that she believes that you should always try to leave a place better than it was when you got here, and I believe she has done that. So thank you to Dr. Arbor. Thank you. Would you like me to put them on the table until later?
That'd be lovely.
Okay.
Whoops. I also leave with grace, as you can tell. I will tell you that I was telling Ms. Strand earlier, this is one of my favorite events, so I'm pleased that it is actually my last ceremonial event because I think there is such great accomplishment in the room with us this evening. So it's my honor to be here to congratulate all of you as graduates in 2017. Your accomplishments are impressive, and each of you has taken a different path to get here tonight. Each of you has your own story to tell. And whether you're returning for your high school equivalency after a very short time out of the high school arena, or whether there was a somewhat longer pause between high school and now, you've made an important life decision. Having an education opens doors that would otherwise be closed. And rather than waiting for life to give you something, you have all chosen to create your own opportunities. So you're now ready to take those next steps, whether they're into the workforce, a career training program, college, or the military. And in addition to the opportunities you're creating for yourselves, you're creating opportunities for your family. You're here in part because of the support that all of the people in this room and many others have shown you throughout their journey. But you're also here because you know that your education makes a difference for them. So I wish you all the best as you leave here a graduate. Congratulations. And I would like to introduce Mayor Karen Weston.
Good evening. I hope you guys are as excited as I feel for you, because every year when we come here, that this event, as Dr. Arbor stated, is probably one of the most special events there is. And being here as a mayor, it's our job for the city to provide an education for all folks, young and old, and you are the example of those that, you're not the young guys anymore, but for whatever reason, you did not finish your high school education. It took great effort to come back and to succeed and to get your high school credentials. Your family and your friends should be very, very proud of you. As the previous speakers stated, that there's been many highs and many lows, and you beat it. And most of all, you really need to be proud of yourselves. So many of us never are able to have somebody say, great job, you did it, good job. That little bit of recognition goes a long, long way. And what I want to leave with all of you tonight, first of all, congratulations. Don't be afraid to try to dream and reach goals, because many of those goals are very reachable. All it takes is that extra effort. And so when you leave tonight, you have a new beginning tomorrow, and that new beginning is going to lead you to endless abilities and having the ability to go out and get jobs and to even further your education. So really, congratulations. And for me, it's an honor to introduce the next speaker. Senator Waters is our district senator who lives in Dover. And for anyone that follows the state happenings, he fights for our city. He is your senator. And if you ever need some help or guidance, he'll probably shoot me for saying this, but you can always reach out to him, and Dave Waters will do anything and everything he can for his constituents. Senator Dave Waters.
All right, class of 2017, come on, here you are. Let's hear it, yeah. Now, another thing is, here we are, we haven't heard the DALC cheer yet, huh? What's the matter? All right, so you ready? Give me a D. D. Give me an A. A. Give me an L. L. Give me a C. C. I didn't hear anything from back here. What's the matter with you all? One more time, all right. Give me a D. D. Give me an A. A. Give me an L. L. Give me a C. C. You know what it spells. DALC. Well, I'm here to offer you congratulations and greetings on behalf of Governor Sununu and the Senate and the House of Representatives, and we have Representative Peter Schmidt here this evening as well. I was with the governor all day fighting for education up in Concord, and I know that he is proud of you, and I know you should be proud of yourselves. Now, if I could, I'd like to come down there and pat each one of you on the back, but I can't. But I would like you to turn to the person next to you and pat them on the back, and I want to hear some thumping, folks. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on, you three. Pat, 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 pat. Come on, do I have to come down there? All right, now, everybody's had their back patted. That's good. Be proud. I'm remembering my graduation 50 years ago from high school, and I got home, my parents had one present for me. It was luggage. Now, it wasn't packed, but the message is clear. I was moving out pretty soon. But I understood that education then for me was going to be a journey, and I ended up as a teacher. And, you know, for each of you, I hope that education is the gift that's been given to you. It's a gift that will keep on giving, and I hope it's a gift that you will give to others. By your example, you can teach each other what is possible. Finally, be proud of your school. Be proud of your school. Dover Adult Learning Center is an extraordinary school. It's a great thing to be a graduate from DALC. And so one more time, give me a D. D. Give me an A. A. Give me an L. L. Give me a C. C. Woo!
Well, that's a tough act to follow. It's an annual tradition at Dover Adult Learning Center to recognize a graduate from a previous year for their accomplishments since graduation. This year, we're actually pleased to recognize 2 graduates. One who graduated with a high school equivalency certificate from Dover Adult Learning Center in 2014, and one who graduated with her GED from California in 1978. She's actually going to speak to you tonight, and you might wonder why a graduate from California. Well, that's because these 2 are a mother-son pair, and they exemplify the resilience and determination it takes to achieve your goals and to do it against the odds. Kestrel Cole-McRae and Dr. Candace Cole-McRae had to overcome significant obstacles in their pursuit of education, and each one of them has found satisfying work and meaningful ways to use their skills, improve their lives, and enhance their communities. I'm going to ask each of them to come up to receive the certificate of commendation. Kestrel, would you like to come up?
I'm not really sure how to follow up Senator Waters' enthusiasm, and on a side note, thank you for fighting for our education. Okay, so 3 years ago, I thought it was 2, but I don't know, maybe I'm losing my memory. I sat right where you guys were sitting, every single seat. No, I'm kidding. I was nervous, I really was. I was sitting there pretty much sweating. I think I was sort of in disbelief that I was sitting there, that I'd finally made it this far. And I'll try to keep this brief, but you've probably heard the concept of life being a story, and that's true. But to add to it in a metaphorical sense, I think it's really important you break it up and you look at it as chapters. Childhood is a chapter, you know, your first steps, all that thing. When it comes to your education, that's another chapter. And tonight is the ending of your chapter. Now, whether you consider that to be the last page tonight or the day you took your last test, it's the end of a chapter and it's the start of a new one. However, being that it's life, you're the author of your own book, and this next page is blank. So it's really important that this next chapter, you be bold and you don't sell yourself short and you make the best of it, because there's no reason to sell yourself short, really isn't, because you can achieve anything you want to. Within reason. I mean, if you're 6'4" and trying to be a horse jockey, that may not work, but I'm just saying, don't sell yourself short. But I appreciate this very much, and to my mom for really all those times I cried and yelled at you. Thanks for not giving up on me. I know I was a brat as a kid, but whatever. And to all the staff that helped me throughout the years. I got this far, and I couldn't have done it without you. So congratulations to everyone, and again, thank you very much.
And Dr. Candace Cole-McRae, would you come forward to receive your commendation?
I like to complicate things. That's okay. Well, first time I've ever followed my son. Brings tears to my eyes. I was asked to present today because of our history. And I don't know if you grew up like me, but I grew up believing that I was, use that awful word, retarded, and incapable of learning or being anyone worthwhile. I remember, in fact, when I was 11 years old and I lived in an institution, that they made there was a national article and an occupational therapy book about what an amazing feat it was that I could learn to roll balls of yarn. They never believed I could do anything. And the professionals were wrong. They told me I had an IQ of about 56. When later in years, I went through, in early adulthood, I went through a period that because of an improper medication, I was blinded. And so I went through all my high school stuff and my bachelor's degree in college, blinded. And it turned out the best gift that I could have ever been given, because what I didn't know is I have severe dyslexia. My son will tell you, it has taken forever for me to learn to call this DALC instead of DLAC. And I may make the mistake again tonight. Okay, so I went to college and I went blind and found out I could learn. I got my bachelor's degrees, 3 bachelor's degrees in 3 years. I got a master's and I got three PhDs. Who would have thought? And then I became the chair of department and a professor emeritus, full professor, not assistant, not associate, but a full professor. Who would have thought? Who would have thought there was a gift inside me? I sure didn't. But somehow I found a few teachers and people like you have found that believed in me when I didn't. They saw a gifted person wrapped in trashy wrapping paper. After my husband died and my birth, step, and foster children were grown, and I was working as a full professor, which you know, you only go in a couple days a week, I decided to again make a home for children. I took in birth to 3-year-olds who were terminally ill. One child I took in was the second smallest infant in New Hampshire. He was born addicted to everything. He had seizures, he had brain damage, and the left side of his body was like he had a stroke. They said he would never be aware of human life, that he would never talk, he would never walk, he would never know anything about us and our world. They wanted to give him a feeding tube. I refused. You just meant that young man. I don't know which of us is more stubborn. I homeschooled him until 8th grade. He had to have quiet, nothing around, nothing to distract. We did things over and over and over and over again. It took me till the end of his first year to get him in newborn clothes and the end of his 3rd year to get him into size 1 clothes. But then in the 8th grade, I had the surgery that left me in this wheelchair. And so I had to send him to school. He suffered terribly in school. He could not keep up. Eventually, school became so traumatic for him that we dropped him out. At age 18, he had 1.5 years of schoolwork to go. I contacted Manette and Dover Adult Learning. And Manette nurtured him through his high set. He did very well. He's now very involved and successfully in his career development. He's a very gifted artist and photographer and in many, many multifaceted fields. How did this happen? Well, we were lucky enough to find this organization. And when we found this organization, we found people who believed in him when no one else did. They saw a gifted person, also wrapped in trashy wrapping paper. They believed in him when he couldn't believe in himself. There are so many of us who have gone through trauma, poverty, pain, and suffering. So many of us who would have given up on ourselves, who didn't have the strength to go forward. But we're the lucky ones. People like Dover Adult Ed helped us realize that we are gifted, that we are worth it, that we can achieve, and our dreams can come true. So now the time has come. Dover Adult Ed has given you the tools, and you have fought hard with all kinds of home, family circumstances to succeed. You have proven to yourselves, your families, and your world that you are smart, you are capable, and you are a winner. You have a new, more truthful view of yourself. You know that you can do what you put your mind to do. So now the time is to go forward with two tasks. One, make your lives matter. America needs you. We need you to think, to vote, to challenge society when it doesn't make any sense. We need you to succeed. We also need you to pay it forward, pass it on, even with one other person who doesn't believe in themselves. Help them and help them to find people like Dover Adult Ed and other people who will believe in them when they yet can't believe in themselves. And above all, remember that you're gifted. It takes a gifted person to overcome hurdles and self-doubt and to succeed in spite of fear. You have done that. This organization believed in you. And I'd like to take a minute and have the students stand and applaud Dover Adult Ed, teachers and administration, because they deserve it. So please applaud them in your gratitude, and anyone else who wants to join in. Thank you. Now you need to, keep that gratitude and keep your belief in yourself alive. Go forward and live a life that you never imagined, as I have, as my son has. Every professional told us both that we could never, ever succeed or accomplish anything. But because you find the right people and the right organizations, you can do it. We accepted the challenge. We did it. You've accepted the challenge. You won. You're gifted, and I applaud you. Congratulations.
Another tradition at, gotta turn it back on. Another tradition at Dover Adult Learning Center is the Graduate Essay Contest. Tracy Donaldson, one of our counselors, is going to present the winners.
Each year, the Learning Center invites graduates to participate in an essay contest. Okay. Members of our board of directors read through the essays and decide the winners. This year's topic was, what have I learned about myself through my adult education experience? The submissions were exceptional, and it was decided that in addition to the first and second place essays, this would be the first time recognizing 2 honorable mention submissions. These awards are given by Maria Fasciano in memory of her late husband, Dr. James Fasciano. Would Olivia Goff and Kristen Drew please come forward to receive your awards? Thank you. Our second place winner is Angelina Marisola. Hi, Angelina, would you please come forward and share your essay with us and receive your award? Thank you. Stay here. Oh, this is your own. You're okay. See right here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
What I have learned about myself through my adult education experience. By completing this program, I have learned that there is a multitude of opportunities available to me. I was not aware of how much there was to learn and how important it was until I went through the adult education experience. I have learned that education is a tool, a necessity that allows us to move forward in our lives and continue upon the path of self-growth, such as furthering our education and achieving personal and professional advancements. There are several reasons that makes my adult education experience important. However, fundamentally, it is not a single end result, but a lifetime of future prospects. It allows for me to tell my daughter that I succeeded and conquered after many thought I couldn't. I can explain to her that hard work that I put into achieve my education and can now be a positive example towards her educational career. My adult educational experience has given me the opportunity to go to college or certificate classes to achieve higher learning. It will give me the ability to get a higher paid position in many industries. Each one of those paths are achievable now, and I now have the ability to do any of them. Previously, my only options were small jobs that didn't require high school diploma. My options were minimum, and my life was not going in the direction that I had hoped it would. However, with strength and hard work, I now have a multitude of doors open to me. This experience has shown me that all it takes is the effort I am willing to put in, that if I am willing to advance, then I am the only one that can stop me from achieving what I want in life. I have learned that I am as strong as I want to be, that I have the ability to grow into who I deserve to be. This experience has shown me that I have the ability to put effort into my own achievement and that I can succeed in all that I put my mind to. I will no longer allow doubt to get in my I will no longer allow doubt to get in the way of what I want. My adult educational experience has proven that I have the strength and intelligence to be who and what I want to be. This experience has made me want to strive for more and work hard to achieve my goals and ambitions. I can now hold my head up high and feel proud of what I have accomplished.
Here you go. You're welcome. Our first place winner is Nick Moreno. Nick, would you please come forward and share your essay with us? Yes.
I I agree with this lady.
Is it hard to hear?
Yeah, it is pretty loud here.
I understand that it's a little bit noisy, but please try to understand that these are the children of some of the graduates and that they would like to. Maybe I could turn the microphone up or make it closer. Would that help? Okay. All right, we'll make sure that the speakers get right close to the mic. Is that better when I'm right up close? Okay. All right, Nick, you're up.
This is your essay here.
During my journey at the Dover Adult Learning Center, I learned that I can do anything I set my mind to. I was reminded just how much I retained from high school. This process taught me that with proper support, I was able to graduate and close a chapter in my life that was high school. I put off taking my high set test until my girlfriend finally made me an appointment to fill out the paperwork at my school. During this time, I was filling myself with doubts. I was afraid to fail because being 19 years old and knowing I should have graduated the year before had already made me feel like a failure. When I took my pre-test, I passed all but math. I decided to try the math test anyway and failed. This caused me to doubt myself even more. At this point, I was feeling like a complete failure, and my dream of graduating seemed more impossible now than ever. I took the math test again almost a month later and passed. Math turned out to be my highest score of all 5 tests. This made me realize that I'm not a failure. It proved to me that sometimes you just have to keep pushing through in order to reach your goals. Everyone at the DALC did whatever they could in order to get me to graduate, whether it was a little pep talk or teaching me the skills that I'd forgotten from high school. Before starting my adventure at the DALC, I was almost certain I could not graduate. After failing my math test the first time, I was certain I wouldn't graduate. Yet somehow I proved myself wrong. This taught me, given the proper support and reaching out to the right people, that I really could graduate. This experience taught me, even when I have lost all hopes, I have to push through and working for something I truly want. At the end of the day, I was my own worst enemy. In the way that I was the one who was in control of if I would fail or pass, and my doubts could have become my fate. If I didn't get the right support from my family and everyone I met at the DALC, in conclusion, my time at the DALC impacted my life in the best way possible. I know I can get through things even when they seem impossible. I was reminded just how important family support is, as well as the support from the people you are surrounding yourself with to achieve your goals in life. I have much more confidence in myself knowing I can finally say I am a high school graduate, and that is one of the best feelings.
I'd now like to introduce Pam Shaw to present the scholarships.
Hello. I have one reminder for parents too. We do have some crayons and paper and books back there which you could bring in and maybe keep them entertained a little bit, if that helps. Anyway, I have the honor of presenting the Helen Phipps Debbie Tasker Scholarship tonight. Helen Phipps and Debbie Tasker both serve the Learning Center with great passion and understanding for the adult learner. The student chosen for the Helen Phipps Debbie Tasker Scholarship has gained self-confidence and a sense of control over her future while earning her high school equivalency certificate. She hopes to earn an associate's degree in automotive technology and provide a financially stable future for her daughter and herself. I am pleased to award this $300 scholarship to Angelina Mirasola. I also have the honor of giving out the Betsy Hackett Memorial Scholarship. Betsy Hackett taught at the Learning Center for many years and was especially fond of working with women in transition. The student chosen for the Betsy Hackett Scholarship has overcome personal challenges to gain confidence in her ability to meet obstacles with determination and strength. She hopes to use her natural ability to prove a point in pursuing a career as a lawyer. I am pleased to award this $300 scholarship to Maggie LaCroix. And now Minette Nduisi will come up to present her scholarship.
Whether you are a student or a teacher, when you look at it into the audience and you see all you people, it's scary for anyone. So I understand where you were when you got up here. It is my pleasure to give this scholarship to someone that at times I might have said was a haunter, because he was determined to get a high school diploma in a situation where it wasn't very easy. And he persevered and persevered and persevered. So, because he had such a commitment to his education and to complete something that he was determined to get, I would like to present this $400 scholarship to James Zaney. Come on down. And he better put a smile on. He drove 2 hours to get here tonight.
Good evening and congratulations, graduates. Great job. I'm Crystal Chason, the admissions representative at Empire Beauty Schools of Somersworth, New Hampshire. I've been in the beauty industry for 20 years and I love helping people follow their dreams. We're so fortunate to have our founder and owner, Norman Langlois, still with us at 90 years old. Norman's a proud veteran with many achievements. He graduated cosmetology school, was an owner of several businesses including salons, beauty supply stores, and Empire Beauty Schools. He was honored to be named Business Owner of the Year, and at 17 he enlisted into the U.S. Navy in World War II. Therefore, he didn't have the opportunity to finish high school when he was supposed to. So when he returned, he dedicated his life to building his empire. So Norman Langlois gives cosmetology, aesthetics, and barbering scholarships because he has a special place in his heart for graduates who are passionate about building a career in the beauty industry like he did. So on behalf of Empire Beauty Schools and the entire Langlois family, I'm excited to welcome Kristen Drew to the Empire family and award her with a $1,000 cosmetology scholarship.
For many years, the Rotary Club of Dover has supported Dalk students by funding scholarships throughout the year for tuition and fees, and by providing several scholarships at graduation for post-secondary education. This year, the Rotary Club is awarding 2 $750 scholarships, and Mike Renabue from the Dover Rotary Club will present the scholarships to this year's deserving students.
So again, my name is Michael Renabue. I'm the incoming president of Dover Rotary this year. Before I announce the winners, I just wanted to say myself, I graduated in 2000 with an adult high school diploma back in Hawaii. I got sick my senior year, so I too had to make that long journey. I ended up getting my degree, and now I work in nonprofit management. So I'm very proud to announce the 2 winners tonight. Our first winner goes to a woman who has always liked helping people and would like to continue that by becoming a massage therapist. Since completing her adult diploma, she has realized that she has a drive to further her education in order to have a good career, which will allow her to support her 2 children. She plans to enroll in the massage therapy program at Great Bay Community College. I'm pleased to award this scholarship to Megan Blair. Our next $750 scholarship goes to a woman who is already pursuing her degree at Granite State College, studying early childhood education with teaching certification. She states in her application, "I hope to continue my education to show my children that hard work and dedication pays off, and if you want something badly enough, you can make it happen." I'm pleased to award this scholarship to Brittany Belisle.
Our last scholarship is a particularly special scholarship. It was introduced last year. It's the Andrew Amesbury Memorial Scholarship. And shortly, Karen Kelsey, Andrew Amesbury's mother, is going to come up to present this scholarship. It was founded because, tragically, the family of Andrew Amesbury got the devastating news in December of 2015 that their beloved son and brother had been killed in an Army training accident. Andrew was just 21 at the time, and he was a graduate of Dover Adult Learning Center. He had earned his high school equivalency at the age of 17 in 2012. Andrew's family turned this tragedy into a gift by establishing a scholarship in his memory. And Karen is here to present the scholarship to this year's recipient.
How many of you like speaking in public, in front of people? Raise your hand if you like doing this. Okay. So it's not my favorite thing to do, but when you're passionate about something, it's a lot easier to talk about something. So tonight I decided that I was just gonna come in and talk to you guys like you were my friends, like I was at work, and I'm just gonna talk. Just very briefly. And hopefully, if you guys take that advice and just, if you have to get up, if you guys continue your education and go to college and you have to do public speaking, you're going to have to do this. So just remember that. this scholarship for us, our family, is so important to keep Andrew, keep him present, keep him relevant, and to help others, because Andrew was all about helping anybody that he could, people that he knew, people that he didn't know. Nothing would stop him from, paying for something for anybody, and he was just always like that in elementary, all the way through school, and then on to become an Army Ranger, and he was just an exceptional leader and took a great pride in teaching his men. So this scholarship, last year, I decided one day that I have to do something. So I ran to see Deanna, and we said, we're going to do this scholarship. So last year, by June, we had raised $3,000. So since that time, the scholarship has gone over $20,000. And we do whatever fundraising we can. My employer, which is Walmart, and Andrew's dad, his employer, who's Applebee's, have been very generous and supporting us, donating whatever we need to do fundraisers. So I can say that 100% of all the proceeds that we have raised in our fundraisers, 100%, every single penny has gone into this fund. And we will keep that going that way. If we can't get it donated, we'll figure it out and do it a different way. So there's no restrictions to who can apply for, help from this fund. But earlier today, I started thinking, because grades to me were never that important. My thing was just be a good person, be a good adult. So I started thinking about personal characteristics or attributes that I would, if I had to write them down, what I would say to anybody who wants to apply for funds or support from my son's memorial fund. These are the things that I would look at. So the first would be to always push your chair in. Wherever you are, when you're done with the chair you're sitting in, push it back where it came from. And this is something that Andrew always did. He was so courteous. And you ever walked into the break room at work or lunch and the chairs are just everywhere? If everybody were to push their chair back in, show some respect and thoughtfulness, then it would always look that way when you walk in. The second is work hard. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Have a goal or a mental picture of where you want to be. It's kind of hard to achieve something if you don't have some kind of idea. It doesn't have to be solid, oh, I want to be this by this date, but just have a mental picture of where you think you might want to go. Something that will just help you maybe, keep going in the right direction. Adapt when things don't go according to your plan. And instead of blaming someone else or blaming yourself, just assess the situation, adjust whatever needs to be fixed, figure it out, buy duct tape if you need to, because I think that's the answer to pretty much everything is a roll of duct tape. And just keep going. Just don't stop, just keep going. Just whatever the mistake, sometimes you feel like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that and I made that mistake. Well, you're the one that's remembering it when everybody else doesn't. So let it go and just keep moving. Be grateful. Be kind. Do the right thing, especially when no one is watching. If you ever see people that only do the right thing when the boss is around, do it when no one's watching, because somebody always is, and you will get recognized. Something I added tonight is to be patient and respectful, because you never know what someone else's story might be. So know when to speak, and don't be critical of others. Be humble. And the word humble has a lot of different meanings, so I wanted it to mean what I meant by what I wanted to say, so I Googled it, and the Urban Dictionary definition of humble is an admirable quality that not many people possess. It means that a person may have accomplished a lot, or they may be a lot, but doesn't feel it necessary to advertise it or to brag about it. dance at stoplights. This is not a requirement, but it is fun. And we used to do it, and we would hope for the stoplights, and it makes the people next to you wonder what's going on. And it was just a fun thing we used to do. And Andrew, he was into dubstep. I'm not really sure what that is, but you know, he's very sharp moves, and you'd have to watch out so his elbows didn't get you. And the last thing is that be willing and choose to help other people, even if you don't know them. If you have the opportunity, make the choice to help someone else. So right now I would like to invite up here my co-parent, Carl Amesbury, Andrew's dad, and our daughter, Abby, to come up so that we can present this year's scholarship.
How's everybody doing out there? So I was told when I arrived here that I got to do this. No preparation, just wing it. So here you go. When we came to Deanna to establish this, we gave them very little in the way of this is who we're looking to give it to. But you heard some of the attributes that Andrew has. And Deanna and her board listened to us. They learned who Andrew was, and they've done a great job of choosing people who demonstrated some of his attributes. The person that they chose this year demonstrated the attribute of tenacity and perseverance, something that I heard echoed on the stage by a number of people tonight. Nick, I think it was Nick, you said that in your essay. It's all about not giving up. Andrew never gave up, no matter what he was doing. So when they shared the story about this particular person, I saw that in that person as well. He was a very kind, generous person. He has thrived at DALC. Apparently I'm dyslexic as well. With the support from teachers and other students, support that he had not previously had in his life. While attending class 4 mornings a week, he worked 2 jobs at the mall. He had to take the bus to and from to get there. Since he received his high school equivalency last year, he's gotten his driver's license, a car, and an apartment, all huge steps in anyone's life. He has a job lined up in Durham once he graduates this month from the Empire Beauty School. So it's my honor to award a $2,000 scholarship from the Andrew Amesbury Memorial Fund to Michael Murphy.
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for and the reason that we are all here, the presentation of the diplomas and the certificates. We're going to start with the adult high school diploma, and I'm going to ask Superintendent Dr. Elaine Arbor and School Board Chair Amanda Russell to come forward to present these. And graduates, as your name is called, please come forward to the stairs and walk across the stage to receive your diploma.
The first diploma goes to Solomon Berry.
I'll come this way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Eric Taylor.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Albert Ovitt.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Belinda Belisle. I'm sorry, I think that should be Brittany Belisle.
Congratulations. The diploma is correct. Yeah, that's all that really matters. Right? Congratulations. Megan Blair. Maybe you should just read it.
And now checking. Megan Blair. James Zaney.
Congratulations. Thank you. Our next and largest group of graduates has earned the New Hampshire High School Equivalency Certificate by passing the HiSET exam. We're going to ask our Doubt Board Vice President, Mike Kupfer, and Pam Shaw and Tracy Donaldson, Doubt counselors, to come forward to present the certificates. And graduates, please come forward to receive them. Lauren Winson. Kristen Drew. China Lau. Tammy LaBranche. Cody Forrest. Selena Stewart. Joshua Osborne.
Justin Jacobs. Maggie LaCroix. Chelsea Isaacson. Woodrow Burns. Christian Santos. Ethan James Epperson. Angelina Mirasola. Reginald Edmonds Sr. Devin Norton. Jamie Pratt Sr. Stephanie Fossa. Zach Allswood. Wesley Patterson. Chase White. Danea Rowell. Emma Mackenzie Canny Goodell. Taylor Willie. Ronald Rowe Jr. Christopher Anthony Hall. Ryan LeClaire. Jameson West. Olivia Goff. Nick Marino. Sam Hayes.
Graduates, As you heard many times tonight, this is the end of your high school education, but it's just the beginning of much, much more. I hope that when you move on with your lives, you'll come back to the Adult Learning Center, ask for more help, just tell us what you're up to. We'd love to see you. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, I encourage you to dare to live the life you've dreamed for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. Now, we have one more thing to do before I can let you go. Guests, please remain seated until the graduates have processed out of the hall. Graduates, please stand. Tassels from right to left to announce to the world that you are a high school graduate.
I lost my car. It's not.
Oh, yes.
It's really not the side of the cap that the tassels on that.
It's really not. It's the chest. It's still, you know, it's like
No worse things to happen.
did they want someone on the stage? Did they move it? Well, that's okay. Just following.
Hey, this is a happy day.
David, it is a happy day. It's a happy day on a lot of levels, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, great message throughout. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Scholarships.